Hi everyone. So today we have Mr. Prashant Kanojia with us, and we welcome him to this show where he will be taking us through some of his, basic activities that he has been doing as a journalist on a broader level. So before even I begin, I would like to introduce Mr. Kanojia, who is a journalist, and I would like to understand more about his profile from him rather.
I'm born and brought up in Mumbai and then came to Delhi to study journalism here in Indian Institute of Mass Communication. It's one of the premier institute in India. And after that, I got an opportunity to work with Indian Express and I've been associated with a couple of NDTV, BBC. I've done my internship there. And then for the longer term, I worked with The Wire, where I got an opportunity to work on the ground and to travel across the India and to see exact suffering and the problems what lies in the society. And that's how I came in and I understood that there's a society in our country, the Dalit community, Adivasi communities, uh, LGBT community, women's, their voices are not amplified. And being a
Absolutely.
journalist, and I think it's my duty to become a voice of people who don't have voice. And that's what I'm doing since now, throughout my life, and which I've paid the price for it. But still, I feel that's my job, and there might be a lot of hurdles from the government side or from the political parties, but all the sufferings are very less beyond the suffering which society is facing. So I think as a journalist, or not only me but everyone as a journalist has it's a fundamental duty to be the voice of people who don't have voice in the society.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you think, as an Indian citizen, even though we call that India is developed,
Yeah.
do you think that the government is doing much for the, for women, especially the underthrown, or for
Yeah.
children?
Look, India is not a developed country.
Hmm.
India could be a developed country. It has all the potential in terms of the people, the human resources we have. We could make this country great. The problem lies
Hmm.
here that our society is fighting on the irrelevant things.
Yes.
Our society has been fighting on the religious basis that putting their religions superior and others are bad.
Right.
That is wrong. This is India, and when we were kids, we used to write the essays in our school exams that भारत एक ऐसा देश है जो विविधताओं से भरा हुआ देश है.
Right.
And we were proud of it that our country is so diverse. And when people from India go to America or the Europe or some other country, they brag about it that we have so much of language, so much of religion. Despite of that, we are living together, and that actually brought India from 1947 to some extent that we have a good hospitals and we have a good colleges, and technologically we have achieved a little bit, but not at par with the US or Europe what they are doing. So I think our youths are wasting their time on the religious fight. It's time that we should live in harmony.
Absolutely.
It's time for collaboration. I don't choose my friends based on religion, and neither anyone should choose their friends with, as per concern about the religion or the caste or whatever.
Yeah.
Because if they say that the humans are being made by God,
Hmm.
so who are these humans? So they
Absolutely.
are self-contradicting themselves.
Right.
So these youths are misguided by some of the political parties or some of the organization who are misguiding them, using those anger to channelize to do a bad things. And these young could actually do a lot of things good.
Yeah.
And people, I think love is something very important. And as I said already, that love is something, a precious thing
Sharing love.
human
Yeah.
possesses.
Yeah.
And sharing loves always brings more love.
Absolutely.
So the moment our society start living together, look in our freedom struggle, people never asked your religion. That's why we got freedom. If people
Absolutely.
would have been fighting that तुम्हारा तो ये धर्म है, तुम्हारी तो ये जाति है, तो हमें तो आजादी नहीं मिलती. So people should understand that diversification is actually efficiency.
Right.
It is a key for efficiency. So there are a lot of diverse people, a lot of point of views. They should come together and make this country great again. And you should not fight on the basis of religion, caste, or whatever. This is a worst thing could happen to any country, and that's what India has been stopped by these people.
No, no, absolutely. I agree with you, Prashant. This is a wonderful thought of yours. And if I have to ask you something, could you, because in one of your recent interviews or interactions I held, some of the struggles and challenges that you had gone
Yeah.
on a personal level, you had some personal suffering.
Yes.
So,
So look, when you are actually working, because what journalism job is to be a anti-state,
yeah,
right? So we are someone who is talking from the people side. and these powerful people don't like when their voices being heard by the poor people. Voices are coming in the mainstream. So I've been arrested. I've been put into the jail, subject to the torture, third-degree torture, electric shock, the beatings. My
Mm-hmm.
jaw was broken.
Our
So
Indian
yeah,
police system.
Indian police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indian police does that. A lot
Okay.
of good police
Hmm.
in a great democracy. People have avoided this, but India still follows it, and it's basically coming from the British era. So
Okay.
nothing has changed. So beating, electric shocks, and all these are part of their
Hmm.
professionalism. They call it a professional police. But still, I feel what I suffered is a very less. There are people who are still languishing in jail. If I talk about the Father Stan Swami, he died in jail.
Yeah.
He was what he was asking for. He was asking for a sipper. So how can we call ourselves a great country when a father who is always been for the people, talking about downtrodden, for talking about the secularism that everyone should live in a coexistence with a collaboration, died in Indian jail without being convicted? So it breaks my heart. There, so I don't speak much about my pain
Hmm.
because there are people who are innocent. Their only crime is to talk about poor people, the people who don't have voices are languishing, and not only in India, globally, if you see. So it breaks my heart, and I that's why I say that मेरा गम अभी बहुत कम है. There are when I was in jail, I met a lot of people. They were having more sufferings. I had people behind him. I was like a bit famous, so a lot of people came on Parliament Street. All the TV celebrities, all the leaders were speaking, all the CM were speaking. But how many people can have that voice? So I feel as a human, it's your fundamental duty to be a voice of a people who you feel that is not able to speak up. And as a philosophy says that there are a lot of wounds in our life, there are wounds in many other life, and as Rumi says that it is our wounds from the where light passes in.
No, thank you. Indeed, I agree with you, and my heart also goes for those people because although we know that India is developed, but inside, in the inside, of it, there are a lot of things
Yeah.
which people are not aware of, and I think as we may need not to be a politician or
Yes.
someone in big power, but things like as human beings, we can definitely do
Absolutely.
something because at the end of the day, that's the ultimate goal as a human being.
As you said, like,
Yes.
if you see,
Hmm.
there are videos on internet that
Right.
people are breaking the mosque, breaking the church, breaking these other religious institutions. These were not part of our childhood training.
Yeah.
There was a very famous शायरी कि बच्चों में समझ नहीं होती मजहब की, मस्जिद के सामने से हाथ जोड़कर निकल जाते हैं.
Hmm.
तो एक बच्चे को तो पता नहीं है ना, उसको तो लगता है ये भी खुदा का घर है, ये भी
हाँ.
खुदा का घर है, ये भी खुदा का
बिकॉज वो
घर है.
बहुत ज्यादा इनोसेंट होते हैं.
इनोसेंट होता है ना, तो एक बच्चे को नहीं पता होता कि उसको लगता है कि अच्छा ये भी भगवान है, ये भी भगवान है, ये भी भगवान है.
हाँ.
वो सबकी रिस्पेक्ट करता है. लेकिन जैसे जैसे वो बड़ा होता है, उसको उसको लगता है कि ये रिलीजन इज अच्छा नहीं है, ये रिलीजन ऐसा नहीं है, वो रिलीजन ये कर रहे हैं, वो ये कर रहे हैं. दिस नॉट पार्ट ऑफ अ कंट्री. मतलब इफ यू गो टू यूएस, आप वहाँ ये सब नहीं कर सकते. इफ यू गो टू यूरोप, यू कांट डू दिस. So the country who are developed, they have accepted that okay, religion is something very personal faith, and people have to coexist with each other.
Absolutely.
Right. So the moment you start fighting, it will actually give benefit to some people who want to mint profit out of it.
Right.
Who are these people who are standing on the mosque and trying to break away? Who are these people who are standing on the church and trying to break the cross? These 16, 17-year-old people who should think about which sport should I play?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where should I go for the vacation? Which new things are coming in the new technology, learning phase of a new technology? These are being engaged in the wrongful deeds.
Actually,
Yeah, that's what pains me. That's why I feel that India का सबसे बड़ी खासियत यह है कि ये डाइवर्सिटी है. If you remove this diversity, this country will never exist.
Although कहीं जगह कहते हैं like India is exclusive, inclusive, but actually those things in real life also मुझे वैसे लगता है like those things are like they are basically written sentences.
Yes.
But actually when it comes to practicality, तो वो होता नहीं है. So even and my last question to you is like what do you think what is your message to the youth of India or the whole nation look, rather than if I talk about the recent protest which has happened in Jantar Mantar, So considering all that, what is your one message to the Indian youth as a whole?
I would like to say all the youth that this India is a growing country. It could become a great country. It could become a world power. But we have to focus on something, economical upliftment of the society. These 16, 17-year-old youth should focus on the technology. They should focus on making big companies, startups, creating more jobs, not fighting on the religion.
Right.
People in the America, a 16, 17-year guy is doing coding and making some software. Our 16, 17-year is taking jhanda and going in a rallies and
Yes.
breaking away the mosque and the church.
Yeah.
So I am requesting them focus on technology, play sports, be fit, study, and spread love. These are only five things that anybody should do in their life. Nothing else. If you are saying that you're gonna be saving religion, I'm so sorry. Then you're thinking yourself you are a bigger than God. If God, you're saying that your God is not capable of saving his own religion. So don't do that. So my request is follow on technology, play sports, respect your parents, respect women, and try to live in a coexistence. Everyone is your friend. No one is Muslim, no one is Christian. When they say ना ये मेरा दोस्त है, ये नहीं कहते ये हमारा मुस्लिम दोस्त है, ये हमारा ईसाई दोस्त है, हम कहते हैं हमारा दोस्त है. So that feeling should always live. भगत सिंह ने अगर ऐसा सोचा होता तो वो देश के लिए लटकते रहे.
So with that, I would like to thank you, Prashant,
Thank you so
for
much.
coming here, for joining this session, and for giving this valuable inputs to us and to the Indian youth and the whole nation as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We're very happy to have you here. Thank you.